Hi everyone, Dennis Foley from Acoustic Fields. Today we're going to talk about having your own dedicated listening room, a place where you can go and just listen to music, a place in a room that's designed just for music. We all need to get away from the world. We all need to isolate ourselves a little bit and share something special, music, with just ourselves. We need that. We need that battery recharge. We need that emotional drain and refilling, if you will. But we need that energy that comes from that emotional attachment to our music. And having your music played in a room that's specifically designed and treated to realize the two-channel potential of it is, without question, the best way to go. Most of us, however, have to share a room with other usages. We have to use it to watch television. We have to use it for entertainment. We have to use it for a family room. We even sometimes have to eat in it. But a real dedicated listening room is a room where you can go to that's tuned and set up for your hearing, that's designed to just be for you, and it's okay if nobody else gets it. Now, how do you do that? Well, if you're real close to making the step to getting your own room, obviously the first thing we have to consider is the room dimensions. We have to know what's a good size. If you have a room, then you either have to make it larger or smaller to work correctly, especially in the low frequency area. Well, we can calculate that all for you. Now, if you need to make the room larger, that's an issue, because then we're removing walls. But let's say that we don't have to make it larger, and let's not make it larger. Let's treat a smaller area to sound like a larger room. So what we can do at that point is we can go into our database and find you the exact room that we've used in the past that measures good for low frequency treatment, because all rooms are going to need low frequency treatment unless we have 40 feet in one direction, hopefully two directions, hopefully all three directions. But most of us are not that lucky to have that large of a room. So we're forced to deal in smaller rooms, which is okay. We just need to treat those smaller rooms and make them sound larger. First thing we need to do is remove the low frequency issue, so we can do that. Next thing we need to do is control the middle and high frequencies, reflections from sidewalls and all wall surfaces. And then obviously the third thing we need to do is position our equipment correctly. And the fourth thing that we need to do is remember room diffusion is one of those 4 acoustic room distortions that we must deal with. Speaker boundary interference effect, comb filtering, room nodes, and poor diffusion. I've been in hundreds of rooms, and poor diffusion is prevalent in all of them. A lot of people get the sidewall reflections, balance between the sidewalls and direct energy. They even understand the reflections from the front and the rear walls and the ceilings and the floors, but they really don't understand how to make all of that work in a diffused sound field. And that's the result of poor diffusion being one of the 4 main room acoustic distortions. So that's what we have to deal with. So how are we going to do that? So let's say we have our new room. It's X dimensions. We really don't want to go through the time and the effort that it's going to take to get this room up to where we really want it. It's a very time-consuming process. It's relatively expensive, but more on the time-consuming side. For every dollar that you'll spend hours realizing the potential of that dollar. So what if all that research and development was taken out of the equation and done for you? What if all the sidewall reflections were controlled at the right timing so that your direct sound and your speakers and the reflections that they produce were in balance? What if the front and the rear wall diffusion sequences were calculated to that particular size of the room, your room? What if all the ceiling and the floor areas were treated in a way to minimize that first reflection, because ceiling and floor is, from a time standpoint, the first reflection that we hear at the listening position. The lateral reflections have the biggest impact on our soundstage. What if all those things and all the time it would take you to get those things done were done for you? Well, that's what we have in our personal listening environment. Basically, it's a room within a room where all the low, middle, and high frequency absorption and reflection issues have been taken care of for 2-channel playback. The ceiling, the walls, the floor, everything has been taken care of for you. Basically, we dropped this room inside of your existing room. And no tuning, no time spent finding out where to put what bass absorber, where to put what diffuser, how many absorbing panels do I need. None of those issues need to be addressed. Now, obviously, there'll be some fine-tuning, but that's easy to do because the room is modular. So we can simply, after a period of time, and all personal listening environments come with a 6-month a time period where after we do the initial setup, I will come out at 3-month intervals and help you tune it. Listen to it for 3 months, I'll come out. Listen to it for another 3 months, I'll come out. And between those two tunings of your listening and my research and development database, and obviously my hearing, we'll be able to get that room tuned exactly for you. And the beautiful thing of it is, if you move, you can take it with you. So that's the personal listening environment. We all need one. If you're really close to getting your own room, so to speak, and setting it up, we can eliminate all that upfront time of picking products, not picking the right products, believing manufacturers, not believing manufacturers, believing manufacturers' claims on low-frequency absorbers enough to buy the product and then realize, well, it doesn't work. So all of the guesswork has been taken out of the personal listening environments. And that's the beauty of our 8 years of research and development and building over 100 different rooms. We structurally, vibrationally, we took all those things into consideration. So there's a video on the technical side of the personal listening environment, and it's attached to this page or text, whatever we're adding it to. So please view that. Please look at it. It tells you all the reasons why everything is done. It gives you the frequency responses of all the tools that are used, and that's what we're using, acoustical tools, to create your personal listening experience. Thank you.